Corporate America just learned a harsh lesson about the power of public opinion in 2025. When Disney decided to cancel Jimmy Kimmel Live over political pressure, they probably thought it would blow over in a news cycle or two. They were wrong. Dead wrong. What we're watching unfold is a masterclass in how corporate decisions ripple through every corner of a business empire. Disney isn't just a TV network. They're a lifestyle brand. Theme parks, streaming services, cruises, merchandise. When you mess with people's values, they don't just change the channel. They change everything. And the numbers, they're staggering. Millions of cancellations, crashing websites, emergency damage control meetings. This isn't just a PR hiccup. This is a financial earthquake. Welcome back to Mind Mirror. Today, we're diving into corporate accountability, consumer power, and what happens when billion-dollar companies forget who really pays their bills. Let's break this down.
Now, some Americans are already pushing back. We've heard that business and money was part of the threat here. So some people, using their money and wallets, are immediately canceling their entire Disney subscriptions, which of course covers a lot more than just ABC, to say they don't want Bob Iger's Disney products if this is the censorship agenda, the anti-First Amendment cave that they sign on to, and then they're echoing that in their own platforms online.
Disney Plus, yeah, y'all could go ahead, hit the road, Jack.
That was your mistake, getting scared by the FCC.
Not Disney Plus, not a Disney cruise, not Disneyland, not Disney World.
I found out that there's a protest at Disney headquarters and I'm going.
Disney Plus and Hulu, canceled. Throw you in the bin.
We will not be there with Mickey and Minnie.
Remember, if these companies are just going with what they think the pressure is, money or government pressure, there are a lot of people who can provide their own pressure. That's true in sort of consumer culture. It's true in democracy. You still have your voice. You still have your money. You still have the ways you can express yourself. And remember, now is the time to do it. Although I'm not telling you what to do. Everyone can make up their own minds, of course.
Y'all, the Disney adults done did it. The Disney adults done did it. Disney done lost $3.87 billion. This is crazy. We ain't getting no more new series, no more new movies for a hot minute.
It only took overnight. Disney has almost lost $4 billion over pulling Jimmy Kimmel's show. People, pulling your money out, boycotting and everything, it fucking works, right? All right, it took one white man in order for a company to lose $4 billion overnight. Why can't we keep doing this? What's wrong with us?
So Disney is learning in real time about the dangers of biting the hands that feed you. Because in the wake of Disney canceling Jimmy Kimmel Live due to comments, mild comments at that he made in regards to the Charlie Kirk shooting, the far right's reaction to it, and how Donnie doesn't even really seem to care about Charlie Kirk, millions, and I mean millions of people have canceled their Disney Plus, their Hulu subscription, their ESPN subscription. People are canceling their trips to Disney World and Disneyland. They're canceling their Disney cruises. And I, for one, am shocked at the lack of foresight that these executives that Bob Iger had in this situation. Because what did you think was going to happen when they chose to side with one of the most evil administrations and most unpopular presidents in the history of America?
This is Corporate Strategy 101. Know your audience. Disney's core demographic isn't exactly the cancel culture crowd. These are families who value free speech, creative expression, and standing up to bullies. When you're a company that literally built your brand on storytelling and fighting against oppression, hello, every Disney movie ever, you can't just fold the moment someone in power gets upset. And let's talk about Bob Iger's position here. This guy has navigated Disney through massive acquisitions, streaming wars, and global pandemics. But apparently one threatening phone call from a government official was enough to make him panic. That's not leadership, that's cowardice. The math is simple. Disney has millions of loyal customers who've been with them for decades. Why would you risk that relationship to appease a handful of politicians who probably don't even subscribe to Disney Plus? It's like burning down your house to impress the neighbor who hates you anyway.
And not do right by Jimmy Kimmel. What did they think was going to happen? Did Bob Iger, because I guarantee he's the one that made the decision, did he really think that people would just get mad for a little bit and then move on? No. People are legitimately angry right now at the way this administration is moving. And for these people to see you, Disney, the company that produced a show called Andor, which is a Star Wars show about the dangers of fascism and the importance of fighting back, to see that company capitulate to Donald Trump over a thinly veiled threat from the head of the SEC is crazy. Now, full disclosure, I am a huge stan for Marvel Studios. I have been watching these movies since I was in high school, and I've seen every single one of them multiple times. But I will also be boycotting Disney and everything they fucking own until they put that man back on the air. Because Jimmy Kimmel didn't do anything wrong, number one. And two, and more importantly, I believe that Disney has an obligation to stand up for what's right because they are a massive company. And for a massive company like Disney to serve up free speech on a platter to this evil-ass administration is a very dangerous precedent to set, and it only enables them lunatics in the White House right now.
Here's what's brilliant about this boycott. It's hitting Disney where it actually hurts. Not just the streaming numbers, but the lifestyle spending. Disney vacations aren't impulse purchases. These are $5,000 to $15,000 family trips that people plan months, sometimes years in advance. When someone cancels a Disney cruise or a week at Disney World, that's not just lost revenue. That's a massive hole in their operational planning. And here's the kicker. Family loyalty to Disney is generational. When parents get disgusted with Disney's corporate behavior, they don't just cancel their own stuff. They stop creating Disney memories for their kids. That's future customers gone. The streaming cancellations are just the tip of the iceberg. The real damage is in the theme parks, the merchandise, the cruises. Disney built their empire on being the happiest place on earth. But happiness doesn't mix well with authoritarianism. Smart move by this speaker, honestly. Put your money where your values are.
So I just canceled my Disney Plus subscription, my ESPN subscription, Paramount Plus, and Hulu. Let me know if there's any others that I'm missing so that I can go ahead and cancel those too. As a family of 5, we were planning on going on a Disney vacation at the end of the year, and those plans have now been canceled. We are going on a different type of vacation. I have seen so many videos on my For You page of so many people saying that they canceled. A lot of people also had vacations planned and they canceled those too. Between yesterday and today, millions of people in the US and Canada have already canceled. And the Disney website was so overwhelmed yesterday that every time I try to cancel, it kept crashing. Disney was not equipped for the influx of cancellations. And last I checked, Disney stock went down significantly. So clearly the boycott is working.
The website crashing is the chef's kiss of corporate nightmares. Disney's tech infrastructure can handle millions of people streaming simultaneously, but they weren't prepared for millions of people trying to leave simultaneously. That tells you everything about their corporate mindset. They planned for growth, not for mass exodus. They assumed customer loyalty was unconditional. And look at the stock response, immediate and significant. Wall Street doesn't care about politics. They care about profit. When investors see massive customer flight, they don't stick around to see how it plays out. But here's the deeper issue. Disney's brand is built on trust. Parents trust them with their kids' imagination. Families trust them with their vacation dollars. When that trust breaks, it doesn't just cost money. It costs decades of relationship building. Netflix staying neutral? Smart play. They're probably picking up subscribers as we speak. Sometimes the best business strategy is just not shooting yourself in the foot.
Let me know in the comments if you are going to be canceling, what you're canceling. And like I said, whatever I'm missing from the list that is tied to you know what. And then tell me what you're subscribing to instead. I'm still keeping my Netflix because last I checked, they're not affiliated. I did see some comments of people saying that they're going to be subscribing to PBS and donating to PBS, which is something that I will be doing as well. But aside from that, please share your ideas in the comments because we are not fooling with Disney anymore.
Has anybody else been seeing hella Disney Plus and Hulu ads? Like, of course they had ads before all this shit, but it feels like they really turned up like the number of ads. Like every couple of scrolls, I'm seeing Hulu, Disney Plus, ESPN. And then, cause I've been, every time I see the ads, I look at the comments, and the comments was tearing their asses up. And then I just looked at them again, and they turned them fucking comments off. So I'm like, not only are y'all turning up the ads, y'all are taking the comments off the videos. So this is hitting them. Don't let them tell you that it's not. Like, the stock is down. We'll see how long that lasts. Because people are probably dumping stock because they see, oh, y'all on some bullshit. But this is weird. And I think I like it.
The ad strategy backfire is peak corporate panic mode. They're spending more on advertising to try to stem the bleeding. But every ad is just reminding people why they're angry. It's like putting up billboards that say, remember that thing we did that you hate? Well, here's more of us. And turning off comments? That's the digital equivalent of sticking your fingers in your ears and screaming, "Ella la, I can't hear you." It doesn't make the problem go away. It just proves you're not listening to your customers. This is basic crisis management failure. When you're in a hole, stop digging. When your customers are angry, don't silence them. Address their concerns. But here's what's really happening. Disney is discovering that their customer base isn't as politically divided as they thought. Turns out, people across the political spectrum don't like corporations bowing to government pressure. Free speech isn't a partisan issue when it affects entertainment. The irony? Disney probably thought they were avoiding controversy. Instead, they created the biggest PR disaster in their recent history.
So the boycott against ABC and Disney is working big time. We don't have official numbers yet, but they're going to come in and they're going to be devastating, and on so many different levels. So basically, Disney is the parent company of ABC, and the list goes on and on. There's Sinclair Media, there's North Star, all these people that own TV stations around the country and also distribute these programs and whatnot. But the bottom line is ABC owns the program, owns, Jimmy Kimmel Live. So ABC obviously is a big television network. Disney owns ABC. Disney owns Hulu. Disney owns ESPN. And people are big time canceling. They're canceling all these subscriptions. People are canceling their Disney cruises. Look at my posts over the last couple of days. Got 1 million views on one of them, 1 million plus, and it just keeps going. And people are telling their stories. People are canceling their family Disney cruises. People are boycotting the parks. People are boycotting outside of Disney. So when the dust settles, these numbers are going to be astronomical. This is going to be a huge gut punch, okay? The news can't catch up. We need to wait until some real numbers hit. But I will tell you this. So many people have been writing in and saying that they couldn't even cancel their Hulu subscription or their ABC app subscription or any of their Disney Plus subscriptions because the sites are crashing. The apps are crashing. People are calling customer service. Customer service is overwhelmed. Disney is going to be this is going to be way worse than what happened to Target. So mark my words, give it a couple of days, probably through the weekend. Next week, we're going to start seeing some hard numbers. And you're going to see Disney stock start to tank. None of this is good, which is good. Because we don't want them taking away our freedom of speech. The First Amendment is just like the Second Amendment and all the other amendments. They should all be protected. Protect them all or protect none.
This speaker nailed the constitutional principle. You can't pick and choose which amendments matter based on convenience. And they're right about Target. Remember that boycott? It cost them billions, and they never fully recovered their customer base. Disney is about to learn that same lesson, but on a much larger scale. The comparison to Target is actually perfect because it shows how consumer activism has evolved. It's not just about signing petitions anymore. People vote with their wallets and they coordinate through social media to maximize impact. Disney thought they could weather this storm like they've weathered others. But this feels different. This feels organized, sustained, and principled. When you're dealing with people who are willing to cancel family vacations over principle, you're dealing with serious conviction. The freedom of speech angle is what makes this boycott so powerful. It's not about partisan politics. It's about fundamental rights. That's a much broader coalition than Disney expected to face.
Hey everybody, so I found out that there's a protest at Disney headquarters and I'm going because anger into action, right? Let's see what it's like. There's a person ahead of me just walking with a sign, obviously to the same protest, that just says, "Fuck this shit." Perfect. Oh my God, you guys, this is amazing. Hi, thank you. Okay, wait, I gotta show you this whole crowd. This is so good. I'm walking all the way down to the end so you can see. Woo!
That protest turnout is insane for something organized overnight. That's grassroots organizing at its finest, and Disney's worst nightmare. Here's what corporate executives don't understand about modern activism. Social media turned everyone into event coordinators. One person tweets about a protest, and within hours you have hundreds of people showing up with signs. And look at the diversity of that crowd. This isn't one demographic or political group. These are Disney customers, families, young adults, longtime fans. That's Disney's core market literally standing outside their headquarters saying, "You messed up." The Walt Disney "This is what democracy looks like" chant hits different because it ties directly to Disney's brand values. Walt Disney himself was known for creative freedom and pushing boundaries. The current leadership is doing the exact opposite. This visual, hundreds of angry customers protesting at your headquarters, is the kind of thing that gets shown in boardrooms for years as an example of how not to handle crisis management.
For a protest that was just thrown together last night, look at all those people! And look over here, more of them. Look at that. Hey, Walt Disney, this is what democracy looks like.
Get the boxing gloves out, because it's time for a fight. By now, we all know that Jimmy Kimmel was fired and his show was canceled. But here's the twist. Instead of walking away quietly, Jimmy Kimmel said, not too fast. He filed a lawsuit suing Disney and the parent company ABC for $1 billion. The claims are allegedly for contract disputes, creative control, and damages to his reputation. If this lawsuit goes forward, it could be one of the biggest celebrity versus corporation battles in Hollywood that courts have ever seen. So what it really comes down to, do we really have the freedom of speech? Or is everything that anyone say that anyone else disagrees with gonna cause people to lose their jobs, get fired, and get canceled? So until this plays out, Disney, I guess you better start selling some vacation, booking some cruises, and getting some subscriptions, because $1 billion is a big payout. So do y'all think Jimmy Kimmel got a valid lawsuit? Drop y'all comments below. And like, share, comment, and repost.
$1 billion lawsuit? That's not just legal action, that's corporate warfare. Kimmel isn't going quietly into the night, and honestly, good for him. If Disney really canceled his show due to political pressure, that could absolutely be breach of contract, especially if his contract included creative control provisions. Most high-level entertainment contracts have specific clauses about cancellation reasons. But here's the bigger picture. This lawsuit keeps the story in the news cycle for months, maybe years. Every court filing, every deposition, every legal brief becomes another reminder of Disney's decision. That's sustained reputational damage that no amount of marketing can fix. And $1 billion? That's significant even for Disney. That's theme park construction money. That's entire movie budget money. Even if they settle for a fraction of that, it's a massive financial hit on top of the boycott losses. Disney's legal team is probably working overtime trying to find a way out of this mess. But when you cave to political pressure and fire one of late-night TV's biggest names, the legal exposure is enormous.
Listen, Hulu do not want y'all to go nowhere, okay? So I seen a lot of y'all videos of what happens when y'all trying to cancel y'all subscription, but this most recent one that I just seen was a girl trying to cancel her Hulu plus Disney plus bundle type crap, right? So when she went to go and cancel it, she has the $9.99 a month for the Hulu with ads. She said, don't judge her, so don't judge her, okay? All right. Anyway, so when she went to go cancel it, Hulu was like, wait, nope, hold on. Flag on the play. Relax, calm down. Instead of me giving it for you to instead of you paying $9.99 a month, how about we give it to you for $2.99 a month for 6 months, and then after 6 months you go back to being $9.99. And then with Disney Plus for me, I ended up changing my cards, but I didn't change my card on a couple of my streaming apps, right? So I think Disney Plus thinking that I'm about to leave, so they sent me a promotion. They sent me a promotion, basically. I guess they're thinking because I'm leaving because I ain't made my payment, because I've made it this long, I have not missed a payment, but it was just one simple reason why.
Hashtag I stand with Jimmy Kimmel is out here tearing Disney's ass, Disney Plus ass out the frame, child, because that cancellation page is crashing. That thing is like crash and burn. Baby, these people are trying to get about them little contracts as fast as they can. They're like, cancel this little subscription. And I will tell you that if the site keeps canceling or glitching for you, call your credit card company. Call your credit card company. Stop playing with these people. Stop, like, all right, well, I'm gonna just see if they're gonna get it back up. Because that right now they're trying to mitigate the damage. You have to hit them where it hurts. Hashtag cancel Disney Plus is going strong. Hashtag cancel Hulu is going strong. You even got people on shows on these networks that are like, fucking cancel that shit. Because absolutely not. They're like, if y'all don't stand for something now, it's gonna be one of us later on. And here's the thing, when the execs are saying that before the final decision came down and they were like, we can't figure out what he said. Because again, I was asking, is the inappropriate comment in the room? Where was it? If you know Kimmel's comedy like you know it, you would know that, he said some crazy stuff over the years. And again, it's real educational humor. Was it in the room? He was talking more about Wispy Wiglet than he was Flathead over there. Child, I can't. Every day people are tired. Like, this man is like Silver Cap Kid energy. He is touching shit, everything but the hem of the garment, Lord. Hem of the garment. And then you have affiliate owner Sinclair saying that they will be airing a Charlie Kirk tribute in Kimmel's time slot. Now, here's the thing. If you really cared about that man, late at night is real wild and crazy work. This was just to be petty. This was just to, again, y'all act like y'all so damn, big strapping, gung-ho American patriots, and y'all upset about some damn words. Child, please. Now, here's the thing. Viewers are absolutely demanding that Jimmy Kimmel get that apology. Or they will continue to boycott Disney and ABC services right alongside Target. And if y'all don't think that people can hold out, listen, in this economy with US dollars, okay, girl, you ain't said nothing about a word. Y'all better go on over there to Tubi. I think somebody else might be running a little special. Was it Pluto TV? Something. Go find you one of them little cheap ones. You can always subscribe to PBS. I think they like $5 or $6 a month too. Go ahead, because some of y'all need to be up here and get your reading levels up. I swear, for God, help Jesus, help us. The literary crisis in this country. But some other things technical, if you are still struggling with your cancellation, make sure you clear your cache and cookies. Might want to switch browsers. And like I said, at the end of the day, call your credit card company. Now, also when you're doing your cancellation, please make sure that you do the survey and tell them exactly why. So when they start, compiling all their data, they understand what the fuck we were doing because we were standing on business. And they're going to understand that, again, you all can try to make examples and think that this shit, is what it is. This is not back in the day. This is not where, you can really crush and defeat people. Baby, you got these damn young nobles and these Gen Zers that don't give a fuck. Y'all, this ain't the generation for y'all to be fucking around with. Now, them boomers, y'all might have pulled this off and they might be like, well, us older millennials tired as fuck. We just, look, wrap this shit up. Go ahead and put that man back on the air and everybody go somewhere and sit down some damn way because we tired and we about to belt the ass. That's what's about to go down. Y'all already know how we do. But y'all keep on. These little Gen Zers gonna tell y'all a little something. They not playing with y'all. They gonna turn y'all asses every which way but loose, okay? Because them pockets about to get towed up. But America's not a real place. And if y'all keep fucking around with people's money and their little piece of happiness.
This generational analysis is spot on. Gen Z and younger millennials grew up with the power to organize instantly through social media. They don't just complain, they coordinate, and they're not intimidated by corporate size. Disney being a $200 billion company doesn't impress them. It just means there's more to tear down when principles are violated. The tired as hell energy is real. People are exhausted by corporate cowardice in the face of political pressure. They want companies to have backbones, especially companies they've supported their whole lives. But here's what's really powerful about this movement. It's teaching other corporations that customer loyalty isn't unconditional. Netflix, Amazon, Apple, they're all watching this and taking notes. The days of just wait for it to blow over are gone. In 2025, customers have too many alternatives and too much organizing power. If you violate their trust, they don't just switch channels, they switch ecosystems.
All right, marketing guy's take on this whole Kimmel Disney fiasco from my garage. My prediction is that he's going to be back on air in like a week and a half, because financially this is so damaging for Disney. I'm coming at this strictly from a marketing standpoint. I do marketing for hundreds of brands. I've been paying a lot of attention to brands that are affiliated with Disney, use Disney licensing, and there are floods of angry comments. It's everywhere. To give more context on this, this is about a $6.2 billion merger. Nexstar Media Group, who owns ABC affiliate stations, they broadcast Kimmel's show. Nexstar is the biggest TV station owner in the US. They want to merge with this other company. And the deal needs FCC approval. And the FCC chairman is named Brendan Carr, and he has to be okay with going over control of more than 39% of US households. So it doesn't take a genius to figure out that Nexstar wants their merger. Carr gets to decide if it goes through. He didn't like what Kimmel said, so they canceled Kimmel. That's what happened. But the reaction that is happening now, people are pissed. Like, the Disney customer is pissed. They're all over the comment sections of Disney licensed products, Hulu, everywhere. They're calling for boycotts of Disney. Everyone is going to act in their self-interest. Disney is, I think, like a $200 billion company. Nexstar is much smaller. And this has become very bad financially for Disney. So my prediction is that he's back on air, and I think they're negotiating very hard to get him back on air. He's not going to want to apologize. They're probably trying to find some middle ground. We'll see which way it lands. But Disney is in trouble right now, and they are doing everything possible, I believe, to get him back on air.
That man just nailed the corporate calculus. Disney is absolutely doing emergency damage control behind the scenes, and Kimmel holds all the cards right now. The $6.2 billion merger context explains everything. Disney got pressured by someone who controls a business deal, so they threw one of their biggest stars under the bus. That's not principle, that's panic. But here's where Disney miscalculated. They thought they could sacrifice Kimmel to save a merger, but now the boycott losses might exceed the merger benefits. They're stuck between a government official who wants compliance and customers who want integrity. The prediction about negotiating middle ground is probably accurate, but here's the problem. Anything less than a full reversal and apology looks weak to customers, while any reversal looks weak to the government pressure they caved to initially. Disney painted themselves into a corner. They can't satisfy both sides, so they're about to learn which relationship actually matters more to their bottom line. Smart Money says Kimmel comes back, Disney issues some carefully worded statement about commitment to diverse voices, and everyone pretends this was about contractual misunderstandings, rather than political cowardice.